this is Mozario with Mozario Design. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to get started with this CAD series, this 3D design CAD series. It's going to be a 10-part series. The level of difficulty is going to increase as we go along, throughout the series, I have 3D drawings of each part featured on my website. So I'm going to post a link in the description for that so you can use it for your own reference. I'm going to have it on the screen as well so you can see what I'm using as a reference to, model the part, to design a part. So we'll get started. This first one is going to be pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. You have, let's see, you have a inside diameter, you have an outside diameter that takes up most of the part actually. So what we'll do, we'll get started. We're going to go, let's see. Also, I like to know I'm using Fusion 360. Of course, y'all knew that. Y'all searched for it up, I'm sure, or it just popped up. Hopefully, using a Windows operating system, so all of my keystrokes and hotkeys, everything corresponds with that, with the operating system. All right, so let's go to our top view. Go ahead, left click it. Also, I like to note that all of the dimensions are metric, so we're in millimeters. We're dealing with millimeters. So if you go over to your document settings, you can click on that and you can change it to millimeter, meter, centimeter, inch, foot. We're going to use millimeter. I have it set by default, so I don't have to change it every time I open up a page, a new page. All right, top view, create sketch. Click on that little box, that face, and we're going to draw the top view, which is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. We're going to break it up a bit. With a part like this, it's best to work macro and then micro. So we're just going to do a basic square, rectangle, I should say. We're going to click on a 2-point rectangle. Left click on the origin, and the first dimension is going to be the width, which is 70 mil. The other dimension is the length, 110. Press enter. Okay, now we're going to draw inside it. Now this is what I mean by breaking it down. What we could do too, we can go ahead and extrude this. That way when we break it down and start trimming away some of the fat or some of the excess material, then we can go into the next step. So let's go ahead and streamline this. Let's finish the sketch. Go back to isometric view, extrude, and the height of the base of the part is going to be 20 mils high. So you want to enter in 20 mil. All right, now we're going to draw right on the face of this. So you left click the face, it turns blue, and create sketch. And we want to project. Projecting is going to allow us to draw right on the surface, and all of the points that deal with that surface, and all of the points and segments that deal with the surface, it allows us to manipulate them. So press OK, and you see it's a little purple highlighted segments and points. So that lets us know that we can manipulate. You see how you can highlight the segments. So that's what we want. Now, for the first bit, we're going to do 2-point. Let's see, what would be easier? Let's start splitting this model up, right? So we're going to throw in some construction lines. You see over here, sketch palette pops up. It's supposed to pop up by default. All right. If you click on options, it gives you a drop down menu. Go ahead, left click line type. You see it says construction. Click on it, and everything we do is going to be construction lines. So our first bit is we want to establish a midpoint, and you see the icon popped up for it. Left click it, and just drag it down, and it's going to snap to the next midpoint. Left click it, and that confirms it. And we want to do the same thing here. We want to do another midpoint. Just drag it over. There you have it. All right. Now, from the midpoint, we're going to go over. So you see that dimension that says 46? We want to take half of that, which is going to be 23, right? So when you do your construction line, you want to take it from the midpoint, snap to it, left click it, drag it over, and you see the little number pops up. Type in 23, and you do the same thing up here too. Actually, you don't even have to do that. We could just create a construction line, well, a solid line. Let's go back to solid line. Now we could just drag it up. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. Let's just make it simple, because I was going to mirror it, but we're going to do some mirroring later. All right, solid line. Okay, drag it up. All right, now the next dimension we need to focus on is that 80 millimeters, right? From the center of the part going lengthwise. We're going to split that in two, so it's going to be 40. Actually, let's go back to construction line. So you want to take it from here and type in 40. Okay. And then do the same on the other side. Again, you can use the mirror function, but like I said, we're just going to simplify it. Okay. There you go. Same thing here. All right. Press enter. Okay, now we can start trimming away. Okay, so you want to go to trim, left click it, and you want to trim this away. Let's see. Trim this. Okay. Trim this away. All right. Okay, good. All right, so let's finish the sketch. Let's go into isometric. And you see the profiles are selectable now. We're able to select it. So what we want to do is extrude. Left click on extrude, select this face, and just bring it down with the arrow. Press enter, and there you have the first part, you know, the base of the design. Now, all right, now that we have the base of the part designed, we can now work on the inside diameter, outside diameter that makes up the second portion of the part. It sits right on this base here. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to create a mid plane. So let's see. Go to construct. You want to do a mid plane, and we want the face to the face of the plane to sit right in the middle of this face and this face, and you see how it pops up right in the middle of it. That's what we want, right? So the reason we're doing this is because we want to draw on this plane here, which will be the dead center of the part, and then we're going to extrude outward, right? So just when it pops up, you want to grab these points and just kind of drag it up, drag it out, right? You hold down the shift key and the middle part of the middle button of your mouse. Just you can orbit around and see what you've done. So that's good. That's what we need. Left click the face, create sketch, and it's going to take us right to that plane. So any drawing we do is going to be on that plane. So go down to create, project. We want to include all of these. Okay. Now we want to draw the first, the ID, the inside diameter, right? So you want to create a construction line going from the center of the part, just like that. You see how it catches the midpoint, left click it and go up 30, and this is going to establish, this point here is going to establish the center of the inside diameter, which is 22 millimeters. So you go to center diameter circle. Oh, let's turn off the construction line. Okay, go there, click right in the middle, inside diameter 22. Okay, now since we have that established, now we can use that same center point and create the outside diameter, which is, it reads a radius of 35, but as a diameter it's going to be 70, and you could kind of drag it out to see what it's going to look like. So just type in 70, press enter. Okay, now what we want to do is create a line segment from the base of this part to the tangent of this circle here. So left click it, drag up, and you see the little icon pops up for the tangent. We want to do the same on the other side. Okay, now use the trim. There you go. We're going to start trimming away. All right, and finish the sketch. Now when you go to orbit, it should sit right in the middle of the part, just like that. Okay, now we're going to use the extrusion and we'll be done. So click on the face, this profile, you see how it highlights blue, extrude, and a menu pops up, symmetric. Now we want to extrude in both directions. The dimension reads 28 millimeters. You can do all, we can do distance. The distance would be both ways, which would be 20, it'd be 14. And all, it'll be 28. We'll just do 14. Wait a second. There we go. All right. Press OK, and there you have it. Here's the part. All right. So this is how it should look. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Look forward to having you all on the channel of following along, learning. It's a learning process, and the more you practice, the better you will get. Thank you all for joining in for this tutorial. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe. I appreciate any love and support I could get. And see you all next time.